Hey guys and girls, we're on the Daily Mastermind. I am Paul Baxter, and we're kick-starting off. So what I was getting ready to say before we hit the recorder, and I wanted to make sure we got it on the recorder, over the last couple of weeks, we have been doing a whole lot of very specific strategy-focused classes. There hasn't been a whole lot of opportunity for us to mastermind because we've been chock full of just very specific strategy type classes. The playbook was one that took us, I really had to whittle and kind of adjust the verbiage on that class to make it fit within an hour. Same thing with SEO knowledge, YouTube SEO, and video marketing. You know that we could talk for hours on that, but what we were doing is getting some very specific strategy content together, so we really haven't had much of an opportunity for much open communication. Not a whole lot of masterminding, a whole lot of teaching going on, but not a lot of exchange. And so what I wanted to do on this month, it's a Monday. It's a perfect day for us to kind of exchange ideas. Let's talk for a little bit. So today's class, I'm going to call it more of an open Q&A than a strategy class, because I want us to communicate. I need you guys' feedback so that we can have some really great stuff moving forward. We've had some great classes, some very specific strategies. For those of you that are members, when you get logged in, what you're going to do is go to the members area. So let me do that so I can I got that open on a different tab. So let me show you what that looks like. Members area. So you'll just go to the, if you want to go to the Daily Mastermind archive or the Top Producer archive or Chad's Corner or the resource library. If you want a very specific strategy class, one that we've covered already, one that you remember, hey, Paul, you talked about the playbook. I really need to get my time blocking going. How do I get to that class? Go to Daily Mastermind, go to the playbook. You are there, okay? But we haven't had much time for getting to know one another. I haven't had an opportunity to ask you guys specifically, what is it that you're working on right now? What is it that you'd like to be working on right now? What are the pillars in your business that you're working on to diversify yourself? How are you generating, what are you doing to prospect? Are you going in a consumer direct fashion? A lot of talk recently with my one-on-one conversations with a lot of you have been that, man, it's getting pretty saturated with the agents. The agents are, they're getting saturated by some of this stuff. What can I do to differentiate myself? A lot of guys are out there talking about how I can help you in your business. I'm not going to say that it's the same as what people used to, 2 years ago, the old rate sheet and a box of donuts would get you in the front door. Now what gets you in the front door is talking about training for your real estate business. It's not old hat. I don't want that to be the impression that I'm giving in what I'm saying right now, because that's really not the case. It still is less than 10% of you in the mortgage business are approaching agents with a way to really help them in a real way in their business. But let me ask you this, and this is a question I've asked a couple of you in one-on-one conversations. What are you doing to generate some consumer direct leads also, so that you can approach the relationship in a way of giving, not just giving in terms of strategies and ways to help them grow their business, not just giving in ways of, let me show you this great thing to market yourself, Mr. Agent, not just giving in ways of education, but giving in ways of put some money in their pocket. Tell me that doesn't give you a great impact if you could put some money in one of your agent partners or one of your prospect partners, one of your target partners' pockets. One of the things that I talk to so many top producers about, and this is a common trait between the top producers, is that they all have some way, shape, or form, one leg or one revenue stream, or as our good friend Chad likes to say, one pillar of their mortgage business is a consumer direct, where they're getting leads before they're working with an agent, before they've picked out the home. They're getting leads coming through that they're pre-qualifying for a specific amount, and then that person's going out to find the home of their dreams or to talk to a real estate agent after they know what their buying power is. So that's a thing that I've been talking to a lot of people about. It seems to be a new hot thing because, you know, in the last couple of years, it's been a thing that, well, it's too expensive, it's too time-consuming to do a consumer direct approach. Well, the reality is, if you work on it in a fashion, yeah, it may take you 3-6 months to get it up and running and generating results the way you want it to. But what happens at the end of that 3 or 6 months and it's up and running and it's generating, you know, realistically, what if you could put together a way to generate consumer leads that were bringing in 3 or 4 consumers directly to you before they've gone to the realtor? They're coming directly to you first, and you get an opportunity to pre-qualify them, and then you call up that big dog agent that's doing 50, 150 transactions a year, and you say to them, hey, listen, I'm calling you. I wanted to get together and buy you lunch. I've got a pre-approved client. He's pre-approved at 325, but he's really particular about the person he wants to work with, and I really wanted an opportunity to talk to you about it because I think your real estate business has the tools to effectively work with this customer in the most efficient manner. Would you like to have lunch and talk about this client I've got pre-approved at 325? Of course they would. Now that's a different way to approach those whales. You know, the whale got to be a whale because they know they've got good skills with marketing. They know follow-up. They're doing things that are generating referrals and leads. They don't necessarily get excited when somebody says to them, hey, I can teach you how to use social media in your real estate business, because they've already got the, you know, they're generating a lot of leads, and that doesn't excite them in the same way that having a pre-approved buyer being placed right, and it's putting dollar bills in their pockets is what it is. So let's talk about these things. Now I see there's a couple of questions in the question box. I'm going to go ahead and pop it open. Guys, I want some exchange today, so your questions, what I'm looking for today in terms of your interaction with me, let's talk about what are the things that you're working on, what are the things that you need help working on. I know my good friend and brand new member Greg is in the call with us today. He sent me an email with a very specific pain that he has currently, and I'd like us to mastermind about that. So Greg, if you could put that into the chat box as well. Let's start masterminding and let's start talking about these things that we're working on in our business. And guys and girls, what I'm looking for is what you are needing help with right now, so that over the next few weeks, over the next month, 2 months, we can work on specifically the items. We can talk about the strategies, and yes, Greg, we can talk about the scripts you need for getting in front of and leveraging these people who are attracted to you. You just now need to leverage that into a relationship and then therefore lead. So let's talk about it, guys. I'm popping open the question box now. Good to see you, James. You have a Facebook group page for us to join. Actually, I do, James, and what I've done just a moment ago, you may have seen it, you may not have seen it, but when you go into Facebook, up here where your notifications are, if you drop that down, you're going to get a notification that Paul Baxter, that would be me, has invited you to the private Facebook group. So I kind of added you to the group already, James. You are already a member. And some of you also, ooh, you know who I did not add? Ooh, honey, I did not add you. I'm sorry. I got you going right now, my friend. There you are, my dear Peggy. You are now added to the private group as well. Members, I'm adding you to it. If I have missed you somehow, shoot me a quick message. Warren, I sent you a friend request. I need you to accept my friend request before I can actually add you to that group. So just go on to Facebook and in your notifications accept my friend request, and then boom, I'll be able to add you to the group the same way. And as you become members, you'll be able to request access to the group. Now the group URL address, in case you need it, I don't have anything to type on here. Hold on one second. Let me get a little Word document open here so I can put it in big letters on the screen for you guys. Hold on. 1 minute, man. Hold on. All right, that's big enough. All right, so you're going to go to www.facebook.com/groups/mortgage mastermind group. Okay, so just facebook.com/groups/mortgage mastermind group. And that is our private group. What I'll be doing is each day, so the way the class registration is working, as you saw when you registered, you're registered for the entire month of July. Okay, so every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, this does include the registration link for the Friday Top Producer class. So you're already registered for all the classes for the rest of the month of July, and because Friday, August 1st falls on a Friday, I didn't want to switch up the link between a Thursday and Friday. I figured we'd start a new link on a Monday. It just seems like a better day to start a link. So this goes through August 1st. But you're registered. You're already registered. So what you'll do is you'll just head over to the Mortgage Mastermind group, and each day in the morning what I'm going to do is I'm going to post what the topic of the day is. So today I didn't get to it till a little bit too late, obviously, just working out a couple of little things. Had to get the link for the class onto the website and just working out some minor details with the membership site. And guys, I appreciate you all being patient with that, and any, James got in touch with me. Hey, Paul, just wanted to let you know that class link's not working. Oh, thank you so much. Greg's been absolutely awesome in helping me to fix a couple of little bugs between the membership site and when you log in and don't log in, or being logged out, and things like that. So thank you. Your feedback, guys, your feedback is what's going to make this perfect for you guys. So continue that for me if you don't mind. I appreciate it greatly. So yeah, to access the private group, and I will be posting each day's topic as we have, if it's an open day like today, hey, join me for an open discussion. If it's a specific topic, I'm going to say, hey, we're going to be talking about search engine optimization utilizing Active Rain today. Don't miss this class. So I'll have that posted on there for you guys to keep an update. And then when the link does change on Monday, August 4th, all the members are going to get an email, so stay tuned to those kind of emails. So here's Greg's question, and guys and girls, if you could, I see it, if you're multitasking, just listen to this question, and if you've got some insight on it, I would love it if you could share your insight on this. The question is, I've been warming up several realtors over the last 2 months with video messages regarding lead generation, etc. Several are friends of friends on Facebook. Most have opened my emails and interact with me. I need a high-impact script to get a coffee meeting, something that will add value. So what he's done is he's been providing some value to them. I believe also, Greg, if I'm not mistaken, are you sending them, I know you're a member of the Agent Mastermind program with that group, are you sending those same people that invitation to that class for you as well? No, Peggy, Fridays is also going to be at noon, by the way. Fridays will also be at noon. And the follow-up from Greg is, yes, I've been sending that as well. So yes, you've been sending that as well. So you know what? Leverage those things. And what I would do if I were you, first thing I'd do, you know what? Let me bear with me 1 second. I'm going to go get my members area link, and I'm going to get it in a browser. Because I'm an administrator of the website, and this is where this is where I'm doing the edits and things like that. So when I look at it, it looks a little funky to space it differently. It's just a weird looking view. It's hard to show you guys stuff. Oh, there we go. It was already there. So, Greg, one of the things that you need to do is go over to Chad's Corner in the members area and go to the building, creating referral partner strategy. Go to referral partner strategy. And I want you to get this realtor needs assessment. This realtor needs assessment. Now, there is a 40-minute audio in this section. Have you listened to that yet? So have you listened to this Okay, so what this does is it talks about the realtor needs assessment. And so Greg just said, my thought is to simply call and say, how can I help you? Let's meet for coffee. That gives them too many options to, I don't know how you can help me. They really don't know how you can help me in most cases, how you can help them in most cases. They know they need some education. They know they need to invest some time and effort into educating themselves in their business, and so therefore they may be responding in somewhat of a passive way to your messages. Are you following up in any way, shape, or form with them? Like currently, are you following up on the messages you're sending? You know that they're opening them, but are you following up in any way now? And the reason I ask that is because you've got a really cool, this needs assessment is kind of a really interesting, cool, super easy way, and I'm downloading it now so I can kind of show you what it looks like. Super easy way to give yourself that reason for getting together. Not the reason for calling, but reason for getting together. And yes, this is an editable, when you download it, Greg, it is editable, so you can add in or take away anything you want, because it's a full-on realtor needs assessment. So what I would do is come up with a cool script that would allow you, let me get back to this, that allows you to say that you've got a specific purpose for wanting to get together for that coffee. Hey, Greg, this is Paul Baxter over at Legacy Financial. I was following up on the training classes I had been sending you in addition to some of the business tips I've been sending you. I noticed that you've been checking some of those out. Do you have any questions on those? Trying to get that conversation going first, just a little bit of conversation going. No question. Oh, okay, cool. Well, listen, one of the things that I do to help my real estate agent partners grow their business and understand where they need the business growth help is I do what's called a realtor needs assessment, where where you and I get together for about 15 minutes and we break down your business and find out where it is that you could use a little additional help to gain more in that segment of your business. Would that be something that would help you out if I bought you a coffee and did a little realtor needs assessment with you? There could be some things in there that I could help you fix in your business to double it. Now that got a little bit wordy. That's probably not the exact script I'd go with, but that's kind of the direction I'm thinking. What do you guys think? Should it be something as simple as, hey, I'm just following up on the cool stuff I sent you. I'd love an opportunity to talk to you about some ways that I can help you. Would you like to get together for coffee? Or a specific, hey, I'm following up on some of the cool stuff I've been sending you. One of the things I do to help my real estate agents grow their business is I offer a free realtor needs assessment to help you break down where your business is currently strong and where your business could use a little help, and help fill those gaps with strategies and ideas to help you with those areas you need more help in. Now I said help like 7 times in that one, but I mean, what direction do you guys think? Premier script, yep. And so Jeff's kind of on the same page is what I'm saying is it's, you know, something that's specific to get that appointment, more of a premier script, something that's strong to get that appointment, have a, you know, a purpose behind the meeting as opposed to just like to treat you to a cup of coffee and get to know you better, which is a good reason for a meeting. And quite frankly, Greg, I think either will work for you because you've built up enough reciprocity with the people that you're talking about. So specifically what he's talking about is there's 50 people that have religiously opened up his, whether it be an invitation or his weekly tip. They're the ones that are specifically looking at the communications he's sending. So I think, quite honestly, Greg, I think you'll do well with either approach, but I think you'll get more out of, it's a partnered, the purpose of the meeting, have a, you know as well as I do, going into a face-to-face, you got to have a goal for the meeting. You got to have a purpose for what you're doing. And your purpose is to generate a partnership. Your purpose is to have somebody that you can exchange, leads with. I think having a specific reason for the meeting gives you that purpose. What do you think? So why not use that? If you get a chance, I'd like you to check out that realtor needs assessment and some of the questions that are on there and how it works. You know what, Jeff, you're exactly right. And you know what, guys, I'm not going to shy away from saying some things from my previous employer. You guys know what you had there. You know what you didn't have. Most of you were with that system. It's exactly like the report card. That's exactly what the purpose behind it is, but it's a lot more robust and a lot more specifically driven, and it paints you as somebody who knows a whole lot more than just these couple of things. You're getting there, and you've thought enough about how you can help them to come up with an entire assessment of their business, multiple questions, completely assessing all aspects of their business. What kind of production goals do you have for 2014? What amount of production did you do last year? What amount of production have you done year to date? How many units did this equate to? How many were buyers? How many were listings? What's important about your current mortgage lender? How do you generate your leads? Does your current mortgage lender help you generate leads? Who do you admire the most in the real estate industry and why? Now my go-to meeting thing is in front of number 10. Have you seen any marketing ideas you would like to implement? If so, what are they? What has stopped you from implementing these ideas? So it's the same thing as that report card. It gets you to divulge their pain and divulge their goal all at the same time. But the purpose for Greg is that it gives you that specific reason for getting together. So a script for me would be, obviously, Greg, you've heard me say it enough times. I do not cold call. I refuse to cold call. I'm not going to cold call. I have, but I will never in my life again pick up the phone and cold call somebody. I will follow up like a crazy person if you let me. I will follow up anytime, any day, any hour. I am the follow-up king. And you know what? I will invent ways to follow up. And so that's what you've been doing the 2 months, whether you realize what you've been doing or not, Greg, the last 2 months of consistently getting that message in front of them is you've been doing nothing more than giving yourself a reason for following up. That's the whole purpose of getting those invitations and sending those things and sending the videos. For those of you that do video, you know this to be true. It's the whole purpose is about giving yourself that reason to follow up, and you've done that very effectively. Now it's time to follow up, and so make that part of your script. Let them know. You have to tell them, you know, a phone call, people will randomly open up your email because they're protected there. They don't have to answer any of your questions or look you in the eye from reading your email. So yeah, they'll pop and open your email. It's safe. It's easy. Tell them on a phone call, though, they're right there. It's time to interact with somebody. You want to take away or set their mind at ease and take away that shyness, or give them that reason to understand that they need to talk to you by saying the words, hey, I'm following up with you about. And just remind them of what it is that they opened the last time, or remind them what it is that you've been sending them. It's a simple reminder that isn't to remind them of the cool thing. It's to put their mental state, it's to take them out of that edgy sort of mental state that, ooh, I'm on the phone with, who's this Greg Clausen guy? Who is this? It takes that edge away, and it sets their mind at ease. Oh, he's following up with me on something that I did. Oh, he's following up on an action that I took. Now I'm set at ease, or I'm, oh, okay, so I did check that thing out. Let me hear what he's got to say. That at least gets you to that second base. So let them know you're following up with them. It's a whole lot smoother and a whole lot easier than cold calling. And quite frankly, with as much communication as you've been doing with them, it's actually a warm call because they likely know your name by now based on the things that you've been sending them. So it's, hey, this is Paul Baxter over at Legacy Financial. I'm following up with you on the training classes I've been sending you over the last couple of months. One of the things that I offer to my realtor partners is a realtor needs assessment that kind of takes an in-depth look at your real estate business as a whole and finds out and helps you to discover, there's a good, ooh, I like that, there's part of your script right there. I offer a realtor, let's put this on paper. You guys want to put this on wax? Does this sound good enough for wax or not? I mean, if you guys aren't, is it good or not good? James says yes. If I get 2 yeses, I'm doing it. Warren says good. Okay, let's put it on wax then. All right. Hey, Greg. This is Paul Baxter with Legacy Financial. Spell correctly. I am following up with you on the training classes I have been sending you. One of the things I do for my realtor partners is a free realtor needs assessment. Realtor needs assessment. This is an in-depth look at your real estate business as a whole. It can help me. What was that line I said I wanted to keep? What was that one line? I can't remember it. I hope somebody wrote that one down. I lost it. Discover? My wife says it was discover. What was it? It was something discover? This will help you discover. Oh, thank you. See? My wife helps me out. Thank you, honey bunny. It can help you discover where you can improve on your business as well as focus more of your efforts. I would love to treat you to a cup of coffee and help you discover all your business can be. Are you available on Tuesday? I got 3 o'clock available. Great, I'll pick you up then. So that, I mean, you guys can end that out. How's that sound? What do you think, guys? Oh, of course, Peggy's asking, are we going to put that script on the Facebook page so we can copy it? This script will be put on the Facebook page as well as in with the recording of today's class. Greg, are you able? What do you think of this? What do you think of this script, Greg? Is that something you'd be comfortable presenting or saying? Yes, and the script section, Peggy. Thank you for reminding me of that one. I forgot we had that script section, and we are going to come up with a create your own script. But it's nice and easy, and it's not too long. It's, you know, I know the first couple of go-throughs with it when we were talking about this at the beginning got a little long-winded, but this kind of keeps it nice and short, and it uses some of those, you know, some of the linguistic, what do they call it, the psychology of linguistics. It uses some of those linguistic psychology type words to help people get there. Or to help you kind of reemphasize your fact. Hey, Greg, this is Paul Baxter with Legacy Financial. I'm following up with you on the training classes I've been sending you. One of the things I like to do for my realtor partners is a free realtor needs assessment, which is an in-depth look at your real estate business as a whole. It can really help you discover where you can improve on your business as well as focus more of your efforts. I'd love to treat you to a cup of coffee to help you discover all your business can be. So I reiterated that discover word in there. I kind of like that, guys. Well, you know, that's a pretty good one. That's, you know, and you could incorporate that with some other things. You know, if you are still if you prefer using that. I know with that Greg uses that Agent Mastermind stuff. I know with that you can get access to that little report card, so you could do either one of those. I think the Realtor Needs Assessment is a little more robust, gives you a whole lot more information, gives you more of a conversation instead of just fill out the little card. So I think it's a little more robust, but you could do that either way. Just tweak the script a little bit. Good stuff. All right, scrolling up, I can see I missed a couple of questions in between all that, so bear with me 1 second here. What I am in need of is a system that produces clients that need to get mortgage ready, just as you just spoke about. I'd love to have clients that I can refer to agents. Big change from what they expect. Absolutely big change. So there, right there, you guys, you just saw it. That's our first class request, is a consumer direct class. Consumer direct training is one of the things, and I'll tell you that's kind of at the top of my list anyway, because I so many people that I've been talking to lately, it's a missing need in our industry, and quite frankly, yes, there is an expense to it. When you really start talking about going consumer direct, there is an expense to it. But it doesn't have to cost you an arm and a leg to be effective. You can do it on a shoestring budget. It will still cost a little money, but you can do it on a shoestring budget, absolutely. So that's, yeah, Jeff, great idea, and I've got that duly noted. We will definitely be talking about that in the near future. Sorry about that music, James. I hopefully got that remedied for you. Jeff says, as we were talking about the classy script, I know that Agent Mastermind gives us a script. I also know per you that MMA members get a better script and the Freedom Club gets the, okay, yep. So yeah, having a good script, a script that's a little bit farther than just, hey, I want to get to know you, let's have some coffee together. I mean, that's one way to do it. If you're playing the numbers, those guys over at core training, is there anybody on the call that is a core member or has been a core member? Just a little raise a hand or a yes or a no. Anybody on the call that's been a core member before? Doesn't look like it. One of the things that they teach over at core, it's another mortgage marketing system, and what they do, they're kind of known for yelling at you, and they have a very specific kind of they play a numbers game. They make it basically, it comes from the old school thinking that if you turn yourself into a call center, you call enough people, you're going to get, somebody's going to say yes eventually. Somebody is eventually going to say yes. There's no content to your call. There's no follow-up to your call. You're just picking up the phone and you're hammering the numbers. You're jamming, you're just bam, dial, bam, dial, bam, dial, bam, dial. Over and over and over and over, and they yell, pick up the phone, and you call them again, and you call them again, and you pick up the phone, and you jump on the desk, and you scream as loud as you can, and you hold your hands out wide, and you show your Rolex. So, to me, calling does not have to be a numbers game. Why would I sit there and make 100 dials to get one guy to say yes when I can make 25 dials and get 10 of them to say yes if I do it more effectively? Make sense to you guys? Are you guys on the same page as that? Why would I make 100 dials if I know I'm only going to get 2 yeses out of those 100 dials? If I'm going to only get 2 yeses, well, just use this script and you're going to get 2 yeses if you make 100 dials. Fantastic. Can you give me the script that's going to get me 20 yeses if I make 100 dials? Because that's the one I'd rather use. If I'm going to do the dialing, I want some, ooh, that was close. I want some results. I want some results out of the dials I'm going to get. So having an effective script is far more important than having a script. Okay? So you guys have heard me talk about it before. Develop your scripts before you start making the, and I script everything. You guys have heard me. It kind of rattles out. But you heard it the first couple of times. It didn't rattle out very nice. But now that I've got it written down as a script, now I know exactly how I want to say it, how I want to present it, and it may not even sound the same every time, but I get my points out in a short, concise way. I don't ramble on. I don't say the word help 7 times in one sentence. It sounds good, and it covers the basis, and it gets me to my goal. That's a good quality script as opposed to just, hey, my name's so-and-so. I'm with so-and-so Mortgage, and I would love to get to know you a little bit better. I'm looking to grow my referral partnership, my referral base. I'm really great at getting to the closing table on time, and I'm excellent at communication, and I'd love an opportunity to show you why. Well, sure, that script will work. I guarantee you if I called enough real estate agents with that script, it would absolutely work eventually for a couple of people. But I'm not going to waste my dials on calling people if I don't have something effective to say that has a higher chance of getting me to that face-to-face opportunity. So good point about that, my friend. Smaller target, that's exactly right, Jeff. Smaller target, better approach. All right, moving back up here. Bear with me 1 minute, guys, as I scrolling. All right, found it. There we go. Of my list of 300 I've been sending to all first-degree LinkedIn contacts, there have been about 40 that have been highly interactive and very warm right now. So that makes for a perfect script for you, Greg. I don't know if you see this up here, but this script would be perfect for those people. Hey, this is Greg. Hey, Greg, this is Paul Baxter over at Legacy Financial. I'm following up with you on the training classes I've been sending you. One of the things I like to do for my realtor partners is a free realtor needs assessment, which is like this in-depth look at your real estate business as a whole, and it can be really helpful in discovering where you can improve on your business as well as where to focus more of your results. I'd love to treat you to a cup of coffee to help you discover all your business can be. You got Tuesday available at 3 p.m.? Fantastic. Let's get together. I'll swing by your office. We'll sit there. It takes about 20 minutes for this realtor needs assessment. No music any longer, my friend. I don't have any music playing. You should not be. Is anybody else hearing any music in the background? I don't even have barking dogs anymore. No music on. Peggy's saying no, no. Okay, James, that's not coming from here. I don't know. I don't know how to help you on that one. That one's unusual. Are you on your cell phone? Are you dialing in on the mobile app or on your iPod or something? iPad is what I meant to say, not iPod. On the desktop, and you're hearing, and it's coming out of your speakers on your desktop? Ooh, do you have another window open that maybe has YouTube or, okay, is there a window open that you maybe clicked on a link that you saw on Facebook and it's running a commercial? If you've got a website that has one of those flash commercials coming on, that audio will play over top. It will override my audio. So that's what it sounds like, is you've got a tab open that is every now and then it's playing a commercial via flash, and that's what you're hearing. So just make sure, just check all your tabs, and if you've got one open that maybe has some pop-up commercial stuff on the sidebar, just close that one for now and that should fix it. Where were we? Warren said, does anyone have any success with lead generation consumer direct using Facebook ads? Is anybody on the call with me? Now, I can tell you, Warren, that Chad Bates, who is the founder of Mortgage Mastermind Group, you heard him on Thursday. Chad and Chris, Chris is on the call on the back end with us, but Chad and Chris have tried that a few times, but they haven't had success. Now, I can tell you that I do know a few lenders that I don't think are on the call with us right now here today, but I do know of some lenders that have had some success with consumer direct Facebook ads. Now, I'm putting a note here because that's something I really firmly believe, that you can be successful if, and I'm saying this, please put this in capital letters in your mind. I want you to all close your eyes, and I want you to see like a neon sign that's, you're in Vegas and you got a flashy sign, right? Big green neon if with sparkly border all around it, flashing in your mind. If flashing in your mind, you can be successful with Facebook ads, big flashing green neon sign, if you do it correctly. Now, I know that's oh, well, that goes for anything, but that's more of a reality with Facebook ads, and the way you do it correctly is it's all about the funnel on Facebook. You have to, people are on, a lot of people, especially in the demographic, the age demographic that we're looking for mortgages, they're using Facebook as a browser, much more so than just as a social media site. They're using Facebook more as a browser. They absolutely will respond to and be active on an ad for mortgages on Facebook if you do it the right way. The first thing is the most effective mortgage type of ads on Facebook are definitely niche related. VA loan, USDA loan, FHA 203K, Home Path, Homes for Heroes, reverse mortgage, the list goes on and on. First-time home buyer, it's very, very niche because that's who you're going to interest, is somebody that has that unique situation. Again, 97% of people start their search for a home on the internet. 88% of those people call a real estate agent as their second move. Our number, we're never going to generate the amount of leads that a real estate agent can generate consumer direct. People, the vast majority of consumers feel as if the last step of the home buying process is to secure financing. Well, let me find the house first. Let me see what I want to spend. Let me find what I want to buy, and then I'll come to the bank and ask for money for it. When in reality, the best way to buy a home, as you guys know, if you can convince a consumer, is find out what you're approved for. How much buying power do I have? Now let me go look at homes and get the most amount of homes for the amount of money that I have to spend on a home. That'd be the smart way to buy, right? Unfortunately, that's not the way the consumer sees it. However, consumers that know that they qualify for a very specific type or that may be of interest in a specific type of program, they will know about it. You'll have some educated people. You can say things in ads like and do loss leader like zero down, buy a home with zero down, and talk about USDA. And you're not going to get everybody, but you'll get that group of people who are looking to live in a rural area. Veterans, a lot of veterans will actually find their financing first because they know they qualify for special benefits being a veteran of the military. Other programs you have to put in front of them. Reverse mortgages, a lot of the senior population know about them, but they're undereducated or miseducated even. And so you can get some great information in front of them too. So the best consumer direct type ads are niche related, but on Facebook it's all about how you funnel them to your sales portal or how you get them to that, lead them down the path, so to speak. You can't just, what I have discovered on Facebook, pay-per-click ads on Google, you can go straight to the jugular. Click here to get your information. Fill out this form and we'll get you information. Facebook, you can't do it. You gotta kind of go around the elbow to get to the kneecap on Facebook. You've got to kind of give them a little something. Lead them to that next step. Then ask them, hey, would you like to have a little more information? And if so, that'd be cool. Just click here. You've got to let them feel as if they're the ones that are finding their way to it through a funnel or a path, so to speak. So Facebook ads can be very, very lucrative and very successful, Warren. It's all about the setup. Putting that cart before the horse will never work for you. So a lot of people make big mistakes. A lot of people are like, Facebook ads, let's do it. They jump right in not knowing what the heck they're doing. Lo and behold, they've spent $200, haven't gotten a single lead or referral off of it, and their Facebook ads don't work for my business. Well, sure they do if you do it the right way. We will definitely be covering the right way to do some of these things, the right way to do Facebook ads specifically, and how we get those Facebook ads and how we utilize it to where we're spending 30 cents for every lead that we get, 40 cents for every lead that we get, as opposed to having to buy leads for hundreds of dollars. With most of these places like Tiger Leads and places like that are, you've still got to do the weeding out process the same way you would with any other lead generation system. So yeah, niche marketing on Facebook specifically, or any consumer direct approach, I think for the mortgage business is best served by doing different niches. You take a guy, you take a guy like Pat Fitzgerald, or a guy like Darren Copeland. Both of those guys are in their area known as the VA loan expert, and that's because they did some very, very specific niche marketing to that segment of the mortgage, that specific program. That's their whole consumer direct approach. And why not? It gets them that 5 to 7, I know one of them gets 12, 15 leads every single month that he's bringing to his real estate agents because he's known as that. Now, it took some time to build up to that, but it's awesome as it builds because it's just money in the bank. All right, scrolling back up, we're running low on time. I may not get to all your questions and stuff today. Bear with me. Oh, there's a big one, long one from Jeff. Hold on, let me read this out. I have a targeted list of top producers in a zip code in my area. I have gotten very little response from those I sent the invites to in a different zip code, have only been able to connect with by phone with a handful of them, and then no response. My new approach is to make contact with the agents on this new list before I send anything to them. I'm trying to avoid being called spam as I have been in the past. Do you think that is a good approach? Call and contact first. I think a good approach is to I like to give myself that reason to call. So those that are going to call me spam, I'm okay with that. See, you got to remember, Jeff, my philosophy on it is if I add 2 new targets every single day of the week, 5 days a week, 50 weeks out of the year, I'm going to have 500 contacts or targets added to my target list in a zip code or an area. If 75, 90% of those people opt out, I've still got a targeted list of 75 to 125 that love me. So if it's 100 people in that zip code in that part of California, if it's 100 real estate agents that are there, let's say 80% of them don't ever respond back to you. They don't want to take your call. Let's say 80% of them hang up the phone on you. Well, that's 20 of them that you followed up with after, or let's say 80% say you spammed them. There's 20 people that are liking what you're sending them. Those are the ones to focus on. Those are the ones to develop that relationship. Let's say that even if it's 100 and 80% of them told you they're spammers and the other 20 did not, and those other 20 only did 1 transaction every other month with you. Just 1 every other month, not even every month. That's 10 deals a month right there, my man. That's 10 deals a month, 10 deals a year, or a month, excuse me, from each one, from that group of agents where 80% of the people didn't like what you were sending, told you to beat it, told you you were a spammer, and everything else in between. It's the ones that don't tell you spam that you need to focus on. It's the ones that don't click the spam button or hang up the phone or don't respond to your, call you back on your voicemail. It's the ones that are giving you that face-to-face. And the whole goal, again, is that face-to-face opportunity. And so you've got to have that goal in mind when you send the email. You have to have that goal in mind when you do your follow-up call. You have to have that goal in mind for every step of the follow-up process, and because if you lose sight of what that goal is, that goal of getting face-to-face, what happens then is the frustration. That's when the fact that 80% of the people tell you they're spam starts to weigh on you a little bit. Well, oh man. If you focus on the goal of getting face-to-face, well, you're now focused on the 20 that love you because they're the ones that are responding to you. You're focused on getting face-to-face with them. The other 80 that aren't responding, you don't even pay them any attention. They're out of your mind already because you're focused on your goal. That's the key element to that. You're going to run into people, especially, guys, look, we're trying to target people who are top producers. These guys, they're doing things because they understand their business. They understand what they're doing. You can provide them help, and you do have the ability to provide them with tools, but focus on the goal of getting face-to-face with them because when you boil it all down to its lowest common denominator, any of those tools, any of those helpful things are nothing more than you know, then the icing on the cake, it's all about the relationships. You know, you've got to be buddies. You're looking to create friends because friends do business with other friends. And that's all you're looking for, is to find some real estate agents that you can be friends with. My hot list has implementing the RM strategy. I want to take Chad's advice and go where others aren't. Tell me, what's RM? What does the RM stand for, Peggy? I'm sitting here racking my mind. I'm like, what is RM? RM. Reverse mortgage? Is that what you're talking about? Okay, now I get it. Sorry. I was having a moment there. No, that's me. I was having a moment like RM. Rapid modular recorded meeting? What? Reverse mortgage. Makes absolute sense now. Peggy, I'll tell you, one of the things with reverse mortgage is actually, here's the thing, if you brought 10 real estate agents into a room, I guarantee, here's a challenge for you even, Peggy, if you're up for a challenge today. Pick up the phone and call 5 of your real referral partner friends, 5 real estate agents that know, trust, and like you. I know you know 5 of the girls that are just, you know, people that you could pick up the phone and say, hey, I got a quick question for you. Won't take you 2 minutes to answer it. It's really an easy question. Pick up the phone, call 5 of your agents, and ask them, who do you know in the mortgage business that is a reverse mortgage specialist? Or ask them, when you have a question about reverse mortgage, who do you call? No, I'm just trying to, it's not about, the challenge is not about the approach. What I'm trying to show you is why it's such an important thing to get into. And I guess you don't need the proof in that, but the purpose of me saying that to you on the challenge was, I guarantee you not one of the 5 real estate agents will know a single mortgage lender that is an expert on reverse mortgage. You will call those 5 and they'll be like, oh, you know what, I don't know. I don't ever talk about it. Or ask them, what do you know about reverse mortgage? Absolutely nothing. So you could be the educator. The whole big thing with reverse mortgage, going consumer direct, going partner, it's all the same. The whole thing with reverse mortgage is all 100% about education. You will have more reverse mortgage leads on your desk than you can deal with if you start educating real estate agents and consumers alike about how reverse mortgage works and what's the actual benefit and what the actual rules are. Couple of specific directions. Oh, and we will talk about this. We're going to have a full-on reverse mortgage class. We've got Larry Benton as one of the contributing faculty, who is a reverse mortgage, you know, that's his deal. That's what he does. So what we're going to talk about are ways for you to get in front of the senior communities to be able to educate the seniors on reverse mortgage, and we're going to do it without having to do the free lunch. You know, one of the things that I just can't stand the free lunch brigade. I sat there and watched a guy with an insurance company when I was managing a restaurant. Last personal story. I was managing a restaurant, and we did banquets there, and this guy twice a week, every week, would do a luncheon where he would do kind of a lunch and learn to senior groups. And he told me he does email blasts, he does direct mail, and he is very, very in with a lot of the directors at the senior community centers to get the invites to these lunch and learns out so that he could sell them long-term life insurance or something. It had to do with insurance that he was selling them. Here's the crazy thing. I would see the same people coming to his lunches 2 or 3 times a month. You'd see the same couple at his luncheons twice in a week, sometimes back-to-back weeks, all 4 days they're there. There's this one guy, we called him the free luncher because he was there at almost every one of them. Never bought a single thing from him, but boy, was he on that free lunch brigade. That's something to avoid. You want them to be there because they want the education on it. not because they want to get the free chicken marsala to go. Purposeful planned implementation. That's it, Peggy. That's what we're all about. That's awesome. Oh yeah, Facebook ads to consumers is going to be, we're going to definitely do that. All right, so Greg did a little tweak to our script. Let me read it to you. Hey, Greg, this is Paul with Legacy Financial. I'm following up with you on the training classes I've been sending to you. One of the things I do for my realtor partners is a free realtor needs assessment. This is an in-depth look at your real estate business as a whole, which means to you help in discovering where you can improve your business as well as focus more of your efforts. Would you join me for a cup of coffee? My treat, to help you discover all that your business can be. Great stuff, Jeff. Love it. Love the masterminding. Love the exchange. Guys, today, like I said, not a specific topic to go over, but I feel like I know I got something out of today's class in that I know what it is that you guys are looking for help on, and it kind of is right up the alley of where I'm looking at, whether it be Facebook or anywhere else. It sounds like you guys are looking for some help in getting more in touch with the consumer directly and implementing some of these strategies that can help you get these leads to bring to your real estate agents. So we will definitely be focused on that, plus some other things. Don't think for a minute we're not going to cover some other stuff too. You know, realtor partners, that's always a big one, and covering scripts like we did today for Greg and things, always a good idea. But let's start talking about how we get some of these consumers to start working with us, so that we have something to bring to these agents. I would be shocked if reverse for purchase had ever been done in your area, Peggy. Boys and girls, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I super appreciate it. And any questions you've got, don't hesitate to reach out, call me, shoot me an email, whatever you need. I am here to help. Keep your eyes open on the private group. Again, the private group is facebook.com/groups/mortgage mastermind group. Keep your eyes open on Wednesday for Wednesday's class announcement, and I will see you right back here, same time, same channel on Wednesday. Have a great rest of your day, everybody, and we'll see you right back here on Wednesday.